Hello everyone, welcome back to Kin Lake. As you can see, I went with the sensible option and did not buy that skid steer. Did buy something else though. Nothing major. We have a little bit of money. I have done like the monthly sales, whatnot. Moved some stuff over here to refill this. I bought a vegetable harvester. So when that is all ready, we can just harvest it with that, because otherwise the normal one is very expensive. Growth stage 2-7, growth 2 out of 6. Okay, I'm not even going to pretend to understand that one. I'm confused. We have more manure in the pile. Oh, another one of these spawn already. Huh. Red beet. Ah, it's only a 1500 litre. I thought I'd gotten those all dealt with. So this is all, I think, topped up. Resupplied on herbicide. Got that all on the way back from the selling run. Paid our bills. We have 35,000. Well, less. What is it? We've got fertilizing contract available, so there's a little bit of money we could possibly make. Where are we? 7.5 plus whatever incidentals. So if we call it about 8,500 that we need for our bills. What I want to do is start actually. Oh. Not having this empty. This land needs to be utilized. I did consider another one of these, but it's keeping up with our supply, our needs as it is. In fact, it's getting ahead of what we actually need. If I add parsnips to that, it will probably supply that little factory by itself for reserves. But eventually I think we're going to need another one. And I kind of wish there was a way to, like, without using a buy station mod. So I think that the prices on those can be a little low for buying herbicide. Because I think the only place we can get it from is the market. So yeah, I think we're going to get into planning, utilizing the one field, well, the field, property, piece of land that we have. So if we go into our greenhouses, this is one of these ones. So if we brought that out to, I mean, we're not going to buy it now, but I just want to leave some space so it can go up here. Alright, so honestly, let's get my feet over here. What do you reckon about there? If I go into here again. Yeah, if I smooth out to, honestly, where I'm standing at the moment, it'll be good, because it'll give me enough space to actually drive around, resupply. Cool. Why did I come out of the menu? I want to go into here, and I want to get the leveling tool. We want to make it square. Probably want to make it about that big, and we want to make it very, very intense. And we're going to just go very, very abrupt. And that's actually fine for the moment, because we'll terrace it out. That will do. Take corner, yeah, that'll do. It looks awful currently. I really don't like that. Now, if I just make that a bit weaker, we want to, going to want to flatten this out somehow. Like if I cut it in we go small, we got a better idea. Let's decide what we're going to use. We could go with more of these, I guess. They work. I could go with one of these, to be fair. I mean, they do say long, or sorry, large. I don't think I can actually really work that in there without really doing funny stuff. I would like to try it though, but maybe not. I mean, push that out there, it could go on the end. No, don't want to expand any more that way. I think we just don't bother with that at the moment. I think we'll just stick with these. They work. And how do we actually want to have this? I think probably if we have the thingy on the right, and then the pickup there. Or we have it that way, which is really funny, but we're going to go like that. So that means we're going to want to cut in some sort of, yeah. We're just going to terrace it. Does mean we can get probably 3 in here. Now, I don't know what we're going to do now in here, but I'll figure that one out. Maybe we'll just replant some trees. I mean, we caused a lot of damage to the trees over here. We could replant them. Yeah, and we also still need to get a proper water point in, because it's okay. I think it's just slow. I want to get something. Where are they kept? Container. I want to get something proper, like even that. Oh, we do actually have a buy station thing for that. We'll go with a water house. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But I don't know where we'd put it. Something to worry about later. Alright, I'm gonna get into terraforming this, which will be a case of save and doing stuff, and if it goes horribly wrong, reverting, and we'll get that all sorted out. So it'll be a bit of a jump cut here. I'll see you in a moment. Well, there is a giant hole dug out of the hillside and moved out that way. Does need a lot more work. I mean, this looks truly horrendous. I do actually have a fence mod that's basically a retaining wall that we can use to actually fix this mess up. But we'll get everything finalized before we get into that sort of stuff. Where are we? We want this one here. I've got it on snapping. Yep, I like having it on snapping. It just makes squaring the stuff up a lot easier. Alright, we're going to go that there. And I can't actually see the points. Let's just jump into here and turn those interactive zones back on. Where are we? Interactive zone markers on. Back into here so we can see. I do want to line them up. Can we get the tractor down there? I guess worst case, I'll pick up a little basic skid steer. Or, actually no, not a skid steer, like the hand tool pack. There's a little pallet fork, we can drag them out with that. It's more work, but if we want to make some money. Sacrifices. So hang on, if we go here. So this is just me being slightly OCD about it all. So there is that. One. That's 10 snappings across from where it's. And then if we go. Oh, where are we? 5. 7. There. That would work. That would definitely work. But we don't really have the spare money for it right now. But yeah, like we come in here, we could possibly even have it as a small access. What I also want to do is it silos? Yeah. Where did I find it? And more importantly, where is it? Here. Kind of nice little pellet storage mod. I mean, probably wouldn't put it there, but we end up kicking this out more to fit another one in. We could have that. No, we can't. Or we push this one out more and we have a little access way out to the road even. We could... I do like this setup though, because this is crossed there, that's in and out. Like that's honestly a service entry. That's actually going to be the main entrance to the farm. That is the main entrance to the... Well, that's the farmyard, that's the farm fields. It's actually coming together, and this is not too bad considering the fact we only have one plot of land. Oh, that looks so awful. So absolutely hideous, but where are we? Here, fences. I'll show you what they look like. There's 2 of them. Block retaining wall. Don't know if these are crossplay, unfortunately, but yeah. Click, drag. Even got like, you know, a floor. Which I probably need to bring that further up, didn't I? Can I flip that? No, I can't. That is annoying. I'd have to smooth that one out a bit better, wouldn't I? Yeah. And then it's got like bits and pieces so you can go around corners. I can flip that. So it'd be like... Yeah. You get the idea. Won't do that just yet. What are we going to do with these? I think what we're going to do is set up one to do... lettuce? Yeah, that can do... Yeah, we'll get one to do lettuce. And I think the other one will do the strawberry tomato. It's I think does it do... I mean, okay, okay, it doesn't. Yeah, I was like about to say, that does steps. No, it just goes funny. Huh. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. This one, maybe? Oopsie daisy. Get out of the way, tree, please. Yeah, that would work. That's it. Okay. That. Minor panic. Don't worry. We're fine. Other than that, that's all quite nice and sorted. Now, we need to get these things filled up. So we need seeds. Let's just jump over here cheekily. I'm very happy with this. I mean, does it waste money? Technically, yes. But it looks nicer. Especially over that trash pile, then I can throw these scraps of wood on. The little thing that I like. Do we have... Got no seeds at all. Okay. So we're going to need to go get 2 pallets of seeds. I've got plenty of manure, and it just needs water. Oh, we've just switched over. What have we got in the used sales? Ooh. Jeez. What's this? Hey, okay, cool. Loading this with... Is it oh, it's a palletizer. Nice. No need for it. Didn't know that. To be fair, I've not actually messed with potatoes that much. Let's just be cheeky and just drag this over by hand. I guess this is the one thing where having that skid steer would have been nice, because, oh wow, we've got another pellet to sell. It means we could have... What is this? This is kimchi. Very nice. How's everything going in there? Not too shabby. Got a thing of lettuce. Yeah. What I actually was looking at is I think we need to get our own animals, barrels. I mean, that's what we're renting. Leasing. That needs a truck, doesn't it? But we need to get a truck anyway. Like, we're just so far from... Like, we are so far from civilization, basically, at this point. Look at it. Like, what do we got? What do we got? There's the gas station. That's what we're going to want to get. So, I mean, that's nice. But, you know, we got a lot of the sell points. We are on the other side of the map for most of the sell points. Most of the contracts are not near us. This was a terrible place to choose for a quick start. I mean, even the shop's over there. So, which brings me... Actually, that's the other thing. Because the shop's so far away, we're going to want to put our own little workshop in. So many things with these busted names. They still seem to work, though. I mean, there is that. Like, actually, I was playing with this. I was going to try and squish it in like that, but it did not look good. Where do we put a workshop? Okay. Where do we put a workshop? Kind of like that. I don't like that. Let's storage, pellet storage. I mean, that's kind of cool. But it's also massive at the same time. I mean, that one's nice. That's a little bit more... Gives us like a little bit more of a vehicle storage area. Which, I don't know, we could end up with that there, or I could just go with that. Which, I don't like the idea of that one. It's that one there. Takes up a lot of space. I actually really like this one here. No idea where I can get it to fit though. I mean, I could have... Yes, technically I could have probably got it there, but yeah. Anyway. We have lettuce, kimchi to sell, even though I've already done a sales run. Kimchi, and lettuce. Okay. Kimchi is okay for the moment. We want to take that ideally to the warehouse and... Farmers kiosk, seaside restaurant. I kind of want to go to different places, but where is the seaside restaurant? Just around the corner from the... I mean, we could do that, right? We could go kimchi to that, and then drive around the corner and drop the lettuce off at the... No. The kimchi to the warehouse, and the lettuce wants to go... Okay, the warehouse is up there. So we'd go there, there, and we needed seeds, so then we'd come back to there. It's going to be a drive, but I guess, hey, better get to it. I don't think we've done a drop-off here before, at least not that I can remember. So we can buy stuff, but what we're going to do is we're just going to pull over here, do an old cheeky, boom, boom, get off the trailer. What's the kimchi that we're dropping off, right? Kimchi to warehouse, yes. 873. Just a little bit more, $900. Onwards to lettuce. Ugh, traffic. Let's sneak around here. Now, I'm not sure. I actually think I have completely forgotten. Alright, we're not waiting. This is the last of the pre-recorded episodes. We'll be back to normal after this. Money. Thank you. Not bad. Lettuce is the real money maker in this game. I just don't want to cheese everything onto that. Yeah, last of the pre-recorded episodes. There should be some new stuff happening pretty soon after this one releases. At least that's the plan. Obviously, with life being busy and having to do pre-recorded episodes, it should be done by the time I need to do the recording to get all that new stuff out when I want it. But yeah, be doing another couple of challenges is the goal. One being a recent one, well, fairly new one at the point of recording, but recent at the point of release of this is Krustoo's is it Island Preservation Challenge on, I think it's Reneda Island. Plot twist, lots of trees, you're not really allowed to touch them. And then also, conveniently, coincidentally, just chuck that on there like that. Do I want more? We're down here, maybe I do get more. No, we don't have money. From RustyMoneyGaming, it'll be his, what was it, Pioneer Challenge? Which is the opposite. A fair amount of logging involved by the looks of it, but yeah. Looking to get those going. And I think, yeah, the Old Forest Homestead series will go to an infrequent schedule. Just with where it is, it's going to be moments of interesting stuff, not enough to be constantly doing stuff. But yes, getting back to here, getting these extra greenhouses in will, well, gardens technically, will get us extra stuff. Once we're going to want to actually get a proper factory, aren't we? And it's not one on the map. Let me just find somewhere to pull over. We'll actually behave for a change. Just pull over on the side of the road. It is productions, factories, factory. Where are we? Where are we? That's already on the map. Well, technically it's whatever it is. That one there, preserved. 330,000. That is half of our end goal. The other part, actually, the other part should be just down here at the top of this, where we get into the Highland fishing stuff, yeah, and that. That is our, that with that is the end goal for this JCB farm. But, oh man, that is expensive. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, while we're well and truly tangenting off Can you buy farmland? Can you buy farmland 64? What's this? That is the quarry. That will be... No, it's not our problem. Okay, so we can get all of... Well, we can get all that too, but we can get this. We can get 64, which means we can get... That's kind of an awkward... Isn't there another one that does the same thing? It's just got a different name or something like that? No. No, there is not. Ooh, that's going to be expensive. Or is it? I could have sworn that particular production had 2 different versions. And I could be just completely and utterly wrong. Yep, I'm completely wrong. So 330. And that's the front of it. It's going to be an awkward drop off. So we'll be, oh man, we'll be knocking a couple more trees out. But I mean, that is a long way away. Sorry, 64. It's, oh wow, that's a $250,000 and a third of a million. Like we're looking 600,000. Oh, that is so, like, even that's miles off. And the small production is just horrifically slow. I mean, I'm going to be busy, but I don't have time to think, so... yeah. You're just not going to have the funds to get to that pretty quickly. That said, let's just put that into cruise. We don't have to be focusing on just the one farm at the start. Like, I feel that we're kind of getting close that we could start considering farm 2, especially if we get into the full-on logging setup. That would be well, it'd be good money. The basic cheap sawmill will honestly do, since they don't have a shared production capacity like the food processing. Yeah, most of them you turn. You've got one thing running, it runs at full speed. You've got 2 things running, they run at half speed, and 3, third, 4 of them quarter speed. But there's a couple of things that do not do that, being the wood stuff and the food stuff that we're doing. So I'm still very much over clearing out the land just to make the space to get into here, but I don't think we got a choice. I think we're just going to have to suck it up and set up a building materials, I guess would be the whole thing that you could consider it, because if we do those materials, we get the quarry, we get the building, we get the things. Okay, what we'll do is we're just going to we'll auto unload these here. Okay, so yeah, this is... Yeah, I think I've given myself enough space here. I mean, the textures on the ground look truly awful. We'll fix that later. And then, so, yeah. Do want to have a off-ramp here. Off-ramp, you know what I mean. A point to come in and out. We make it wide enough that we can swing around. It loops us back up to here. And we can take it down to the roadside as well. Turning into a very logistical episode today. What else do we need? What else do we need? We're going to need manure. How much manure do I have? I've got some. And those things don't exactly use a massive amount per month. Where is my pile of poo? There is my pile of poo. 21,000. Productions. That's new. Yeah, here we go. So, I mean, they do hold quite a lot, but they also don't go through it. Like, I filled up these other ones last month, and you can see how little they've used. So I could not have to spend anything. They're all getting low. I don't know if this thing's like a shared production rate or not. If it's not, that would explain, because this uses about 6,000 liters of herbicide a month. It's very expensive to keep running, but also don't have to harvest carrots, parsnips. I mean, the beets aren't so bad. The problem is this. I wish, yeah, potato went into here, but they don't. But we're gonna be able to get spinach into that soon. Okay. Yes, I am waffling. I have just derailed myself in like thoughts and planning, which does suggest that I should actually just pause the recording and beat these thoughts into line. Well, the rain has arrived. I've figured out what we need to do. It's been a little bit. I've gotten some stuff sorted, and I've realized, this is probably going to be an episode that is jumpy all over the show and a bit, disjointed, but we're getting things sorted. We've been kind of winging it from here, well, up until here, so we need to get things organized, get some visible progress, which is what we've gotten today. As you can see in the corner, I've got some fertilizing contracts loaded, accepted, ready to go. Let's not stand in the rain. Loading up those new gardens. That's way too big. I mean, I made it work, but it ain't great. So we're going to pick up, like, especially now that hand tool pack is actually freely available on ModHub for everyone. I don't mind leveraging that a bit more. So we're going to do that. And I've realized that with this being a challenge, there is something that I've... Oh, cars are coming. One bit of the rules that I have not clarified, I don't think, is the leasing. Overall, the challenge is, up to your choice. But I haven't actually clarified what my choice is. You can disallow it, but we are doing it. I just don't think I mentioned it exactly. I'm going with I think it's fairly typical, yes, but only 3 pieces at most at any one time. So at this point in time, we have just that water trailer. Yeah, previously we did have a leased tractor, but we've only gone up to 2 parts. And yes, the spreader is empty, deliberately, because the first 2 fields are next to each other and just around the corner from the fertilizer station, so might as well just get the extra fertilizer that I need. So we're down to just over a pallet left. Might as well just get some from the station. Do I cross the river? Yes, I don't need to, but I really should. So I can cross further along, I think. Should we stop for some gas on the way? Probably should. But yes, what do we want to lease? Do we want to lease a bigger water vessel? Maybe. Maybe not. No, let's just go in the wrong way. I have a permit. I have written it myself. Here we go. But I think we'll be buying a hand cart to move manure around, specifically. They're dirt cheap, and I mean, they don't move fast, but they will move, honestly, an exceptional amount of manure. for what we actually require to be moved. Just making sure I'm going the right way. Get on long loop, and then we come up and back and around. We do need something to do the trips into town, though. Like, this works, but quite frankly, it's a bit gutless. So I'm thinking some form of truck. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just pull over here. Some form of truck that we... This is 170 horses. Holds. It's got its own capacity. We can put a trailer hitch on it. I'm going to get rid of that. I mean, that would work for pallets, right? What does it cost to lease? A bit to start with, and it's, you know, $500 also a month. Alternatively, weirdly, this one is over here. We can, let's customize. We could pick one of these up because it's a vehicle trailer as well. It's got a little bit more on the horse. The different designs. Wonder what that does. No idea. Don't think we need it. Trailer hitch. Quite a bit of what goes fast. Then your horses. That's even cheaper. In fact, that is ridiculously cheap. Yeah, I'm going to have a think about that. This is, I think, the one major drawback to these JCBs is they are fast, but getting actual raw power to do tractor things, not exactly their thing. I've taken a wrong turn. Huh. Yeah, this is the windmill plot. I do ultimately want to get this to go with Farm 1, because this will... Actually, no, do I want to get this? Maybe. No. I don't think we do, actually. Wrong farm. Because I don't think we can use that for our products. Unless we want to make flour. Alright, well, I'm going to turn around and figure out which way's the right way. I'll get us some fertilizer. I'll probably just knock the contracts out. Yeah, you've seen me drive around a field. And this episode, I think, starting to get quite long. Just get these contracts done, get a little bit of money, and work out what we're leasing and what we're buying. But I need to know how much money we've got. So, see you later on in the day. Hopefully it isn't raining. That is 3 contracts down. Got about 2,500 litres of fertilizer for about 3,300. We've got a little bit left over, which is good. And it'll give me a bit of time to think as to what should we do. Let's just put an angle through here. And then if I go like empty it like that, it should... Nope, I missed it completely. Well, I'll sort that out later. And notice on the money, it's still quite low. I haven't actually received payment yet, so let's see how much we actually make out of all of this. We'll put the machinery away. Okay, auto save, unsurprising. Contracts. That, a little bit of money. That, a little bit of money. Get that last one paid for the fertilizer costs. There we go. And yeah, I mean, contracts do make us some money. So what's that? We're up about $5,000 total after the purchase of fertilizer. So we'll just could ram it with the tractor, but we'll just super strength it. I really should get around to putting liftable pellets on. Now I was, considering what we actually need as a vehicle. Ultimately, I think this is better, simply for the fact it is got a decent tray on it. I mean, it could have a whatchamacallit up to 7,000 litres. But if we go like this, we can actually get stuff onto it. And if we go like that, rim colour, like that, trailer hitch, yes, that is a mandatory. So if we got that, what does it cost us? 2,000 with 500 a month. It's a little bit, but it's going to work. And I think that's going to be the only thing we're going to need to lease. As you see, it's 170 horses versus, where are we? Jumping to here, vehicles, JCB, 150. So, yeah, it's an okay tractor. But, it could be better. And the other things that we want is going to be, first thing's going to be down here in the miscellaneous. Is that trailer there? Go standard. Because that means we can flop down some ramps and actually put little vehicles on it, because we don't have a vehicle transport trailer at this point. And you know what, let's just quickly zoop the time on to 2 o'clock. There we go. Anything new? Nope. Anything gone? Nope. Alright, that means we can just do this. That. What does this design mean? No. It costs us money. We're going to that. Rim color is going to be this. This is being bought for the particular thing, so we're going to buy that. A little bit short on money, but that's also not too much of a problem. We need that truck, the lizard. It's going to be a bale trailer. It's going to have a trailer hitch, and it will be a JCB yellow. Also with black rims. And then we're going to lease that for a surprisingly small amount of money. And the last thing that I want right this moment is going to be this little hand grain, heavy air quotes. It will take manure somewhere in here. There. And it's $60, so we are just buying that. So we are currently at 2 leased vehicles. That. And our new whatchamacallit. Let's check our productions, because we may need to pick up a pallet of seeds. I think we're going to need to pick up a pallet of seeds. That should be enough if it runs out. Yeah, it's ahead. I'm still thinking about the whole water tank. Yeah. Look at that. Ooh, it's getting along. So I wanted to get a pallet of, well, a bag of seeds as well. So, somewhere down here is a rented truck. Ooh, this thing steers kind of funny. And by funny, I just mean it. Hey, what do we got? Tip, side, left, right, ramp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Oh, okay, you can just load it into here. Honestly, that actually works. Does this have a cover? No. Do I need to widen? I do need to widen these a little bit. There we go. Hold the old right mouse button. I'm not sure what that is on controller, but it's there, and then we can go line it up somehow and push that up there. That worked considerably better than you'd think. Turn that off, pop off it. Strap it down. What was Y to do that thing? Yeah. We have, we don't have a huge amount of money, but you know, let's just quickly jump back here. In fact, let's just use the flying camera because this is going to be quicker. What have we got? We've got a couple of things there. That there. So I will get those sold just to pay. So we pay the bills. I think we're going to need about 9,000 a month now. However, this is where we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, as I said, this is the last of the pre-recorded content. I know how to speak, I swear. We'll be back to regular, you know. You'll have time to, you know, point out how I'm an idiot or something and give me ideas for the next episode. And yeah, actually by that point as well, the new DLC will be out, and given a bit of time for any issues resulting from it. We've had the patch for it already, but you know, who knows? Will I get it? I don't know. We'll see how the reviews stand for it. Looking forward to that. And yeah, a couple more challenges on the horizon. But I'm hoping that we can stop doing contracts, because while there are, you know, some money that involves a lot of travel time, and yeah, especially with this, it's not the greatest, but it'd probably take just as long with a more powerful tractor that is slower. I want to focus on our stuff and our stuff alone. Including making a bit of money so we can actually deal with this horrific mess. We will need to figure out just how much further we need to bring this out with the last one of those that goes in. Yes, I've also done a bit of smoothing here so you can drive in and out. Will we have the money to do it next episode? I don't think so. I very much doubt it. But we never know. We never know what can happen. But I guess we'll find that one out next time. So, yeah. As always, just look after yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you next episode.